If we don't limit global warming to 1.5 degrees, life as we know it will not be the same.
Record levels, consuming entire streets. But in a matter of hours, the only way out was to be rescued.
My role in BT is a systems engineer for BT's emergency response team. We've had increased probably 10 incidents plus per year on year, especially with flooding. Everyone we go to, they tend to say, oh, this has never happened here before, it's a once in 100 years. Early part of 2020, it nearly broke us. We were at so many incidents at the same time. The team was at full stretch. At the time of the flooding in February 2020, and during that time the fire brigade had been called to a care home on the A40. There was 25 residents there that have all been moved onto the first floor of the care home, and the fire service didn't have enough boats to evacuate them. Looking into that ground floor that you could see in, there was people's bedrooms, there were photographs and you know, individual bits and pieces just floating about in the water. All the training that we've had in the past sort of came together. You know, these people we were bringing out are in their 80s and 90s. Some of them still in wheelchairs, and then putting those people that were in wheelchairs in a boat. But you are, to an extent, sort of saving lives at that point. You know, we're doing something completely out of our comfort zone, really. So Madley's sort of the main earth station for the UK. A lot of traffic goes through here, has passed globally through here, over satellite links. And obviously to lose this site would be a major impact globally to communications. With the site having a stream that sort of runs through the centre of it, we had a number of floods here where we've had to deploy our own defence barriers out to defend the flood around buildings, where, you know, we've had guys around the substation virtually just holding the water back.
Something has to change, and we have the opportunity here to do something on a much bigger scale. Water has no boundaries. You've seen the photos of the flooding that we've had here. You've got to multiply that out, you know, 1,000 times. The scale is huge. You know, when it goes wrong, it can go wrong very quickly. I work in the CTIO team within BT. We're a specialist team that bridge the gap between the applied research to some of the brand new stuff that's coming out of universities and traditional products. We've started working with the University of Stirling in Scotland. So they're experts in satellites. They take satellite data down. And what they realised is they needed to enhance that data from the satellites, add some new sensors, take all the data together to give better analysis.
What's the status of Madley then at the moment?
So we've gone up Black Hill, we've in the Black Mountains, and we've you can see Madley in the distance, and you can see the scale of the water runoff from the mountains all the way down to the River Wye. We're looking at installing some depth sensors.
So that provides you potentially with an early warning type capability as well?
Absolutely. So by actually having some more sensors actually on site, we'll be able to act faster or support other parts of the area, because we don't need to have people on site. If we build up a picture of the local area, that local area includes the residents as well. So that data could be shared with the wider community, including care homes. And I think the other thing as well with the emergency response team is, can we actually start remotely, once they put the pump in place, let them know if the water stops going down, so they don't have to go back into that dangerous area.
I look after BT's climate change and environment programs. Nature has always been a very important part of my life. So, you know, this job for me is really about protecting the things that I love. So BT was the third company in the world to set a 1.5 degree aligned science-based target. So that means that we're going to reduce the carbon emissions intensity of our business by another 87%. We've got the UK's second largest fleet. We've got about 34,000 vehicles with Openreach, and we need to convert those to electric vehicles. And also, if we look at supply chain, for example, we have around 16,000 suppliers, and putting in clauses in contracts which oblige our suppliers to reduce carbon emissions. So I think it's hugely important and very influential that BT is taking action in this way.
You know, there's a real passion about being able to change something on this big scale that delivers something for the environment.
If we can bring all this data to the decision makers, then we can help promote more effective decision making, but also drive that green recovery as we move beyond this post-COVID world.
It's something that's always been in BT right from when I started, 30 odd years ago, that you looked after the customer, but you also looked after the community. We were part of the country, we were part of the fabric of the country.
If we look at the new services that BT is developing, using 5G, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, these new products and services do give me hope that we have the technology, we have the innovation, and we can tackle climate change.